I'm going to share with you what I intended to say if I had been elected. My fellow Americans, today you sent a message to the whole world. I made so many gaffes and mistakes. I've been, reduced to tears. I've been frustrated beyond words. I've learned to feel the disappointment. Don't pretend it didn't happen. It did.
Well, America, I hope you like measles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I just got off my shift at Costco, and we're gonna check out Russel Brand video. Dude, he was killing it. He was cracking me up earlier whenever I was stocking the shelves. It was sick. You ready?
Humble five? You know it. I couldn't possibly.
Allow me to give you my pitch on what I want to provide for you. This will sum it up.
All right, everybody, start to shut up. Start to shut up. Shut up immediately.
Oh, sir, there's no smoking on airplanes.
I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Don't worry about it. I'll be quick.
Sir, if you like that, I'll have to report you to the FAA.
Stacy, do you know when the first commercial flight went smokeless?
No.
1973. And did you know that in 1969, when smoking was allowed on all flights, we put a man on the moon?
I had no idea.
Look. You know what that is? That's a remnant of a better time. But they welded it shut. And it starts with ashtrays, and it ends with all of our precious freedoms being stripped away. I remember back in the day when you got on a plane and you knew you were in for a good time. A little smoking, a little drinking. And the stewardesses, Stacy, you come from a proud tradition of blazing hot stewardesses. And now you can't do one damn thing without someone reporting you to the Department of Homeland Security. Am I right?
You listen to Don.
I had to take my pants off and nibble my Old Spice down to 3 ounces just to get on the plane, Stacy.
They made me throw out my mouthwash.
I had to give up my bath jellies.
They made me breastfeed some old man.
That's what I'm talking about. But we don't have to take it, Stacy. Like Henry David Thoreau and Rosa Parks and David Lee Roth when he left Van Halen, we can say enough. Enough injustice. And when you and I are old and gray, we can look back on this and remember when we were 30,000 feet above God's green earth and we smoked one. We smoked one for America!
In California, is in a bank in the middle of Beverly Hills in somebody else's name. So if you're dreaming about California, it don't matter at home where you played before. California's a brand new game. Trying to be a hero, winding up a zero, and scar a man forever, right down to your soul. Living on the spotlight, tell a man outright, 'cause everything that glitters is not gold, and all the gold in California is in a bank in the middle of Beverly Hills in somebody else's name. So if you're dreaming about California, it don't matter at home where you played before. California's a brand new game. All the gold in California is in name. So if you're dreaming about California, it don't matter at all where you play before. California's a brand new game. A brand new game. A brand new game.
Boy, it's pretty. Shut up immediately.
Seems like an easy choice to us here.
What is wrong with these people?
Morning Joe have acknowledged the fact that X is the media now. Here, we've already seen them taking a little trip to Mar-a-Lago in an attempt to cozy up and readjust, playing golf with a man that they were calling Hitler just a matter of moments ago.
The grotesque fawning and rationalizing for a man who is promising in his words to be an autocrat. A general who served as Donald Trump's longest-serving chief of staff said, yes, he's a fascist. We have Donald Trump, who was hostile for so long to NATO.
Right. Still is.
Who embraced authoritarian thugs, and the least democratic and the most authoritarian leader in Europe, Viktor Orban. This is Donald Trump's hero in Europe. It's who he says he wants to be like. This is not a reach. I could go back and talk about Nazi Germany, and I do it without any concerns whatsoever. And if people can't start drawing the parallels, well, you're just stupid, or you have your head in the sand, or you're one of them. Do I think that Donald Trump's going to be allowed to line people up against the wall and shoot them? No, he'd like to. No doubt. I know him, and I've known him for a long time, and we can see this. He would like to. He's not going to be allowed to, but if he says, I'm going to take the FEC and I'm going to bring it into the White House and I'm going to decide who's going to be on TV and who's not going to be on TV,
Believe him.
When a man cries, nothing feels safe.
Is the media. X gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you, man.
1 in 5 adults regularly get their news from influencers on social media. The number is even higher among younger Americans, with almost 40% under the age of 30 getting their news from those sources. According to the Pew Research Center, the social media site X remains the most widely accessed platform, followed by Instagram and YouTube.
I mean, that comes obviously for political news. And Mike, that's the challenge. You grew up in a newsroom like Gene grew up in a newsroom. I mean, that's a lot of challenge. That's a challenge for a lot of mainstream media sources is, do they make themselves relevant again to here 20% of adults who actually get influencers on social media?
Make Morning Joe relevant again.
Yeah, I'm with Russell. Oh, are you still here? Hey, what's up? Yeah, what did he just say? I'm with him. Make Morning Joe relevant again. Joe and Mika, they've had it rough these last couple years. They deserve a break. They had to live in Trump's America. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Biden's America. Well, I guess I'm not making any sense now. Guess I sound like them. Did you hear one of those last things he said? He said he wants to put people up against the wall. I wonder why we don't get our news from you anymore, and we'd rather go on to Twitter or X or whatever it's called and shit post all day. And I get more, I get more substance from that than listening to so-called professional, articulate, intelligent, college-educated authority figure tell me he wants to line people up against the wall. He'll shoot them. He'll murder people if you gave him a chance. But he might. But in like what he'll actually do, he'll probably the FCC. He'll probably change who's allowed to be on TV. Those are those couldn't be any farther from themselves. I don't what shoot. But he went from lining people up against a wall and shooting them to talking to the FEC and not allowing illegal propaganda, which is illegal to be disseminated across the channels. Those are two totally different things, Joe Scarborough. They're not even. All right, I'll just stop. I'll let that slide. But no, seriously, it's probably a good thing they get mad at us and say, look how dumb I am for doing my own research." Dude, if you do your own research, you're an idiot. What type of idiot does his own research? What the
I don't know
Maybe somebody who makes baskets, and while they're making baskets, they look up and say, "Vote for candidate X."
I don't know how they make themselves, how we make ourselves relevant again, because we can't compete with 20-second snippets on an iPhone walking up the street.
Morsels.
I can't compete with a snippet. I can't compete with people telling the truth. I can't compete with people not amplifying the message of the government and globalist corporatists and pretending it's news. I can't compete with a snippet.
What's the word on the street?
Snippet. The word on the street is snippet.
The word on the street is snippet.
As you'll learn from this segment here, they're going to say snippet this week. So expect to hear quite a few things about snippets. And then also look forward to my incoming snippets.
Getting your entire news digest of the day in less than a minute on your phone as you're walking under the crowd with coffee in one hand and your phone in the other.
That's not what social media is. Did you see Joe Rogan and Donald Trump? It's like 3.5 hours. It's not, it's just a snippet, a 3.5 hour snippet where a person is forced to prove that they're a human being and talk about a variety of subjects without doing weird body movements and seeming like a drunk ant.
Look, Russel Brand, I'm telling you, I don't know what happened to him. Remember those 2 movies he was in? He was so good in those 2 movies. Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Get Him to the Greek. He was fantastic in those 2 movies. Obviously, if you watched a couple of videos by now, you probably noticed my comedy is a little bit, I will say, offbeat. So that's the category they always put my comedy in, is offbeat, which means I think I'm slightly retarded. I think that might be what the problem is. But anyway, I'm trying to entertain. So, Russell Brand went from doing the goofiest movies, in comedies. I wonder about those Diddy parties. Get him to the Greek. Diddy was up in there and he was being Diddy, that's for sure. But those movies were good. I don't know. I just brought it up because Russell Brand did like a couple movies and then just like disappeared. And then I know he's been doing this podcast and been talking politics for quite some time now, but I don't know. Dude makes sense, and I'm telling you, he's about to. I don't know whether, dude. To be honest with you, he's about to commit several crimes against the establishment in this here. I'm not sure whether, I'm not sure. It could be considered a hate crime, possibly. I'm not sure, but he's about to. Wait till you see.
Was it a hate crime or a freedom crime? I don't know how we catch up to that.
Yeah, so Gene Robinson, do you agree with Mike? Because I find this hard to believe.
Yeah, if anyone uses snippets, it's the legacy media. What about them snippets where they try to make it look like Kamala had said pro-Muslim stuff to one audience, pro-Judaic stuff to another audience in order to navigate the tricky territory of ongoing conflict in the Middle East? If anyone's using snippets, it's them.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
The younger voters would be more interested in getting an entertaining 20-second news snippet than watching a cable news show for 4 hours from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
It's snippets. The problem with snippets is these kids. They only like snippets. We get them gold over here on Morning Joe. Did you not see me interviewing Anthony Fauci, where I had to stop myself filleting the guy halfway through it? Have you not seen me claiming that Joe Biden is as sharp as a tack? Why do these kids want snippets?
Russell is going off. He's not done yet, and I'm telling you, it's like they just don't get it, man. They won't correct course, and I'm okay with it. If they want to keep not correcting course, I'm cool with it. I'm here for it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to keep laughing about it. I'm going to keep making fun of it. I'm going to keep making videos and being a little rascal. It's whatever, dude. It's not the snippets. I mean, Russell is just making fun of it, but you can tell this was a talking point that was given to MSNBC. They got the memo. We're going to claim our ratings have plummeted. The company's getting ripped to shreds and sold out to the cheapest buyer, all the calamity that's going on there. We're going to pretend it's because of online fake news snippets, and snippets is going to be a word. That's probably going to end up being the title, the rise of the snippets. The snippets are coming to take it's not snippets. It's called, look, I'm a show watcher, and if you know this phrase, then I need you to do the things, press the buttons, tickle the algo, juice it. You know what you got to do, okay? Authenticity is the highest vibration you can achieve. Is the greatest vibration you can achieve is authenticity. It's not snippets. It's authentic people. It's regular people like me that have been working hard, sacrificed to take care of a family for the last couple decades. And you know what? I'm able to take a little break here now and be comfortable in my life and just, just run my mouth a little bit. And actually, I'm telling you what us middle class, working class people wanted, what we want. You don't listen. You think I'm dumb, you think I'm stupid, but when the world ends, you'll be the first one at my door like, "Hey, I don't know how anything works. Can you tell me how to do things?" Yeah, yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you how to do stuff when the world ends. Don't worry.
This seems like an easy choice to us here.
What is wrong with these people? Exactly. Yeah.
Listen real quick. You elitist, smug idiots that just got absolutely fleeced in this last election and got an absolute referendum on everything that you believe in and everything that you spew out of your disgusting mouths every single day. I love that you're not learning. You're not learning your lessons. You don't understand. You're still making fun of us. You're still saying we're dumb. It's just, this is stupid. 30% of the country is always going to vote blue no matter who. 30% of the country is always going to vote red no matter who it is. That other 40% is what you're fighting for. That 40% is the votes that go either direction. And I'm just making those stats up. I don't know what it is exactly, but that's around what it feels like. It's somewhere around there. And it's just, you're fighting for those 40%, and it's so strange. Every time you lose an election, the Democrats jump up and say, everyone's dumb, the voter, the electorate was stupid, that's why they chose wrong. But then the very next election cycle, you have to crawl back and beg those voters for their vote again and tell them they're not stupid and they're really smart and you're going to really help them this time. But this time, I mean, it's even worse because it's like we're online telling you exactly what's going on, and it's like I just got off my shift at Costco stocking shelves. I get home, I start making my baskets. All right, I'm making my basket. I'm taking a break from my Costco shift, getting off work, taking care of a family, making sure my wife hasn't worked since 1996, and making sure that everything's taken care of, making sure that everyone's comfortable and good in their life. Everything is fantastic, and I'm making my basket, and I look up, and you're calling me stupid, like, and I'm dumb because I chose differently than what you want. And your explanation for that is just you're smarter than me and I made a mistake or something. I don't. Okay. Are you going to lose your job? Is your company being sold because no one listens to you and you don't make any sense? Is it snippets? It's
I mean, look, if I knew the answer, I would implement it immediately, right? And reverse this. But we have to compete. I mean, the answer is we don't know how to compete with these social media basket making influencers or whatever. But
that's what they're doing. They're making baskets over there. They're still making the same mistake they were making prior to the election. Instead of being open-hearted, they are condemning their opponents as idiots. They're condemning social media. They're trying to bring down and shut down independent media contributors. I have deep personal experience of this, that if you are outspoken in a way that is truly detrimental to the interests of the establishment, what you will find is that the establishment will come for you in a variety of ways. And now, with it being proven that independent media is more effective than their old school centralized corporately funded, big pharma supporting, generals from the military industrial complex advocating for war platforming, they're trying to bring that down. Like, did you see the other day that like Lex Friedman's done a couple of hours long interview with Javier Milei? What are they going to call that? That's a snippet. That's a 3-hour snippet. These snippets are ruining everything.
Okay, like at this point, I like to pretend that this is actually this is a collab. This is actually Russel Brand and I are actually very close friends, and we made this video together. And yeah, we're real close friends, and we have the same opinion on this. It's wild. So we made a collab video. Russel Brand and I we're doing this together. Now let's get to the finish line here. What we've learned is nothing. What we know is nothing. We are ruining everything with our snippets. And I swear to God, say snippet one more fucking time. Say snippet one more time. Say, see, made me curse. I don't even like cursing all like that. It should be PG-13. I only said it once. Now, say snippet one more time.
But we have to, and so we've got to figure out ways to do it, and maybe we make our own 20-second snippets, and we meet viewers where they are. We meet news consumers where they are.
You know, why don't we have an honest conversation on Morning Joe itself, where we say, you know, well, X is the news now. And like, how do we remain relevant? This conversation we're having now behind the scenes should be the show. Us having a meltdown behind the scenes could be Morning Joe. We can tell them what we're feeling. We can tell them that we're having to go to Mar-a-Lago now to bend the knee to Donald Trump in an attempt to remain relevant. And what we'll do mostly is we will blame Snippets.
The Snippets have done this to us.
Make America Snippets!
Because they're not here, and that's the problem.
Oh man, it's extraordinary to watch them panicking. Lots of people are trying to fight back against X by simply not going on it. Don Lemon has departed, but I didn't know Don Lemon was even on X. He only goes onto X to tell you that he's leaving it. I'm only in here to tell you that I'm coming away from here.
Elon, you hate X, and Don Lemon said, I'm leaving X. There's no good discussions to be had here.
Elon Musk bought X and turned it into the social media arm of the MAGA movement. And we all sat there right in the middle of it during the campaign, possibly not realizing that we're sitting there like fat chickens just getting attacked all day.
I'm not going to go crazy talking about it, but look, I avoided social media the last 2+ decades. I deactivated my Facebook, all that stuff 2 decades ago, and I don't do social media. So this is a challenge for me to break back into it. Now, I know back in the day that I couldn't even say anything. I would just get banned immediately. Even back then, it was even 20 years ago, 15 years ago, whenever it was that Facebook came out, and I was on Facebook for the first couple years, did MySpace, like all that stuff. And then just, I got to a certain point where I'm just too busy. I just don't, and then everyone's opinions are just so dumb. And Facebook was just like everyone just bragging about how great their life is, and I know they're all lying because I see you at the store in pajamas and shit, and it's just like you're just, this ain't real. I'm done with it. I'm not doing this anymore. Then, when I try to get back into it, it's like you can't really say anything, especially when it came to Twitter. I couldn't, dude. I made like a fake account just to go on there to like see what's going on. I would get banned every day. I mean, I wouldn't even say anything bad. It would just be, I would just disagree with someone, and I'd come on the next day and it's like I couldn't post. I'm just like, what is going on with this? And then Elon Musk bought it. So basically they put a chokehold, censorship went crazy on Twitter, got rid of all the shit posters, all the memers, all the people that joke and have fun and make it a good place and make it a community and make it, make it what it is. And then, like I said, I don't want to go crazy talking about it. Then Elon bought it and then released the hounds, and it's just like, he just said, you know what, I don't really like this censorship. I'm just going to let people say whatever they're going to say, as long as they're not promoting violence or doing stuff like that. I'm going to let them say whatever they want. Next thing, man, we got people. I went on there just recently when I created this channel and created these channels and started making content. I went back on Twitter. My wife was like, "You should check out X. It's like, it's different. It's not what I remember." And I'm like, "What?" And I went on and checked. This was just like a week or two ago whenever when I started a Twitter account, an X account. And I was like, is it different? I went and looked and I'm like, oh my God, this is hilarious. There's tons of memes. It like reminds me of like some weird BitChute type, like, man, I don't even know what everything was awesome. People were calling each other R slurs. Everything's just like, everyone's talking like we're back in the early 2000s. And I'm like, damn, okay, this is different. And then you got the media. It's like, we're getting pecked like fat chickens. We're going to go to Blue Sky. You going to Threads? You going to Threads? You going to Blue Sky? Is that what's happening? Okay. I'm going to make a thread. I'll make a Blue Sky account. I bet as soon as I make a Blue Sky account, before I even post anything, my channel gets nuked into oblivion. There's no way I'm allowed to have a Threads account, Facebook account. Dude, I can't post anything on Twitter. I want TikTok. TikTok, dude, it's not even. I kind of haven't even been posting a bunch of stuff over there because everything I post gets manually moderated. Every single thing gets reported, and then I gotta just fight and do appeals nonstop. And it just like, dude, I just don't care, dude. It's just like come watch it where I'm allowed to talk and just be myself. I don't self-censor. I don't script. I don't do nothing, dude. I just come on here. I talk, and I'm talking to you guys. We're just hanging out, having a conversation. It's really just that simple. And I talk about things. I post news articles. Shit's it'll be in the description. I meme stuff, whatever. I'm a brand new editor. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a complete amateur. I'm just trying to figure things out, learn techniques, and learn a new skill that I'd never had time or anything to deal with. Now that I have a comfortable moment in my life where financially everything, to be honest, I ain't gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try something and learn some new stuff and go from there. Uh, I do still have to work part time at Costco, just stocking the shelves though. But when I'm done making baskets, I look up and it's just like, dang, Russell Brand's making sense. X X is back. The boys are back. Trump won. But then, like, there's this World War III and the 14th Amendment from Raskin, and the Democrats are objecting, and martial law, and all this stuff. We'll see what happens. But let's button this video up. Russell Brand killed it in this episode. He was cracking me up. And then Joe Rogan says a couple things right at the end, but like, the video's over. Just a couple more little funny things, and that's it. But yeah, he killed it. I mean, he's totally right. And I could, just like Joe Rogan's about to say, I could be a stupid person. Maybe I'll get a bunch of people that come and say I'm stupid and I shouldn't do this and I shouldn't be talking. But you know, every employee I've ever managed, every coworker I've ever had when I was younger, everything I've ever dealt with, it's always, people have always said, you know what, whenever we talk and we're shooting the shit and we're just talking and just like riffing and just saying whatever, we should start a podcast. We should do that. I've been hearing that my whole life, and it's just like I didn't. I don't got the time for that. Well, now I do. So I'm the news now.
Out of my way, boomer! It's not like John Lennon leaving the Beatles, is it? It's like, I don't know or care where Don Lemon is.
Yeah, it's fucking boo-hoo.
Oh, you don't like criticism.
Babies.
You don't like criticism. If you want to get into this game, okay, you want to get into the online game, the online game's different. And in the online game, you get judged by who you fucking actually are, dude. It's not about your producers and your teleprompter and shut up.
Nah,
you're on your own.
Shut
And if
up.
people think you're stupid, you're going to hear it. And it might be because you're stupid. It might be. Look, people say a lot of people are stupid that are not stupid. I've seen people say brilliant people. I've seen people say Elon Musk is stupid. I have seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I've seen you're going to get it no matter what. You're going to get it. Everyone's going to get it. But if everybody's saying you're stupid, maybe. You might be stupid. People get to look through the community notes and find out, oh, that is bullshit, and here's why it's bullshit. Or, oh, that actually is true. Even though it sounds crazy and people are protesting, it's actually true. That's fun. That's good. We learned something. If you can't handle that, well, you can go wherever. Where do you go now? Where do you go? Where do you go? Threads?
What?
People go to Threads.
Nobody goes to Threads.
But they were for a
What,
while.
Are you crazy?
Well, they were
Seriously?
for a while. Yeah, it's not going to work, I don't think.
Nah.
So to sum it all up, the X is a cesspool, and the Democrats haven't learned anything. The media knows that the downfall of them, it wasn't lying, it wasn't bringing all the ex-military people on that get paid through the military-industrial complex to advertise war and talk about the places we should go and all the weapons we should send everywhere. And that platform didn't work. And then bringing all the ex-White House aides into the newsroom and then making them, spinning propaganda webs all over the world. It's not that, guys. It's snippets. The snippets have got them. The MSNBC is going to crash because of snippets. No one watches CNN because of snippets. Joe Rogan's 4-hour snippets aren't going to cut it. Okay, so we're going to have to get it together. As soon as I get done weaving this basket and get off with my shift, I'm going straight to Threads. I'm making a Blue Sky account. Check me out on Blue Sky. Check me out on Threads. That's where you'll find me. I'm going with my best friend Russel Brand, and also my personal friend Joe Rogan, and there's another one. There's like Elon. We hang out sometimes. What's gonna happen? That's where you'll find me. You'll find me Blue Threads. Is that what it's called? What is it? Blue Sky? Thread Skies? I don't know. Either way, I'll be there. I'll see you there. The snippets got them. They don't know what's going on. Let's hope they keep pretending they're dumb and they don't understand that we hate their guts, and we hope that they never talk to us ever again. And I'll see you guys on Blue Threads. See you next time.
Threads! I'm going to Threads!
Threads is where you'll find me.
Thank you for the sex. It felt normal.
Snippet.
Oh. Hold on. To at least 3. Can we put up the graphic of this? I think I'm gonna have to hand this off. Yeah. Sorry. That does it for us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. No.
I think I really, really like you. Good. Because I'm comfortable now, and this whole time I've been secretly a weirdo. Now you're gonna see the true me, and you can't leave.